Hi everyone. In our last class, we have seen what is meant by specific heat and the application of specific heat. Right. So in today's class, we will be discussing these topics. What are the topics? Specific heat of various substances, temperature of mixture, principle of method of mixture, specific heat of solid derivation is there, and evaporation factors which depends on evaporation. So these are the topics which I will cover in today's class. Okay. Let's see first one. What is that? Specific heat of various substances. Okay, we have already seen what is the formula for specific heat. Specific heat is nothing but S is equals to Q by M delta T. This is the formula. This is the formula what we have seen in our previous class. Okay, S is equals specific heat S is equals to Q by M delta T. So what is the unit for, what are the units for specific heat? Its CGS unit is what? CGS unit of specific heat is nothing but what? Calorie per gram degree Celsius. Calorie per gram degree Celsius. And what is the SI unit of specific heat? SI unit of specific heat is what? Joule per kg Kelvin. Right, these are the units for specific heat. What we have seen? CGS unit of specific heat is what? Calorie per gram degree Celsius. SI unit of specific heat is what? Joule per kg Kelvin. Now, what is the relationship between CGS unit to SI unit of specific heat? 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius. 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius is equal to 4.2 into 10 to the power of 3 joule per kg Kelvin. Right. So 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius is equals to 4.2 into 10 to the power 3 joule per kg Kelvin. This is our relationship. Okay. So if they given any other value, like what is the value for 2 calorie per gram degree Celsius, what you will do? You just multiply this value 2 into 4.2 into 10 to the power 3 joule per kg Kelvin. Understand? So here what is our topic? Specific heat of various substances. Let's see some substances specific heat in calorie per gram degree Celsius. Okay. So let's see here. First one is lead. Whatever I am saying, it is its value is in CGS unit, calorie per gram degree Celsius. So what is the specific heat of lead? Its value is 0.031. 0.031. Now next one is mercury. What is the specific heat of mercury? Its value is 0.033. 0.033. Next one is what? Brass. What is the specific heat of brass? Its value is, what is that? 0.092. Okay, 0.092. And the next one, zinc. What is the specific heat of zinc? It is 0.093. And next one is what? Copper. Copper specific heat is what? 0.095. Next one is iron. And what is the specific heat of iron? It is 0.115. Okay. Next one is glass. What is that glass? Flint glass. What is its value? 0.12. Okay. Next one is what? After glass, you can say aluminium. Aluminium. It is reverse of that. What is the 0.21? Okay. Next one is kerosene. Kerosene. Its value is almost 0.50. Okay. And next one is ice. Ice specific it is what? Same. 0.50. Next one is water. What is the specific heat of water? It is 1. Maximum specific heat value for what? Which will have maximum specific heat? Water. Next one is sea. Sea water. It is 0.95. Okay, these are the values. Okay. These are the values, value of what? Specific heat of various substances. That is 0.031, mercury is 0.033, brass is 0.092, zinc 0.093, copper 0.095, iron 0.115, glass 0.12, aluminium 0.21, kerosene 0.50, ice also same 0.50, water 1, sea water is 0.95. What are the values I have given? Its values in what? CGS unit, calorie per gram degree Celsius. If you want to convert from calorie per gram degree Celsius to joule per kg equivalent, what you will do, you just multiply these values with 4.2 into 10 power 3. Okay, so here what does this tells about? If the specific heat of thing, if you observe this material, lead, what is the specific heat? 0.031 less. Okay, when you compare with water, its value is 1, lead is what, 0.03. What does it tells about? Here the specific heat of lead is less. If the specific heat of lead is less, as I already told, specific heat and change in temperature. Specific heat and change in temperature is inversely proportional. So if the specific heat of a substance is more, change in temperature will be less. That's what we have seen, degree of reluctance, unwillingness to change. Okay, doesn't want to change its temperature. So here, if the specific heat of a substance is 0.031, means what? Its value is less. Specific heat value is less. Means what? Its change in temperature will be more. Means what we can understand that it will absorb the heat energy very fast, at the same time it will releases the heat energy very fast. That's why it tells about what is this one, water. Water specific heat is what, 1. Water is tells about, since the specific heat of water is more, its change in temperature is less. Means what? It doesn't want to change. It doesn't want to absorb heat energy, at the same time if it has absorbed the heat energy, it doesn't want to leave that heat energy. It want to maintain that temperature. Understood? So the specific heat of brass also here it is 0.092. It tells about it is less compared with water. Water tells about it tells about that it can easily absorb the heat energy, at the same time it can easily release the heat energy. Understood? The specific heat of various substances. Okay. Next one is temperature of mixture. What is this temperature of mixture? So here what we will do, we will take one example here. What I have taken here, I will be taking 2 beakers. Okay, 2 beakers of equal volume. I will fill both beakers with 200 ml of water. Okay, I have taken 2 beakers, I have filled both beakers with 200 ml of water, 200 ml of water. Now I will heat those 2 beakers and heat with same temperature. Means what? Same temperature. It tells about what? I am supplying equal amount of heat energy for both the beakers, beaker 1 and beaker 2. Think that I am providing same temperature, 960 degrees Celsius I am providing for beaker 1, and at the same time for beaker 2 also I am providing 60 degrees Celsius. Same amount of heat energy I am providing for both the beakers. Now what will be the temperature of first one? Think that temperature of first one will be T1. I have the example taken as what, 60 degrees means what? I will be taking the beaker of first beaker temperature 60 degrees Celsius, beaker 2 temperature is 60 degrees Celsius, so take it as T2. Now here what I will do, I will take one large beaker and I will pour both beakers water into that large beaker. Understood? So it will become what? I am mixing the water. Now what will be the temperature of mixture? That is the temperature of mixture, big T. What will be the temperature? Here temperature of mixture will be what? T is equals to T1 is equals to T2. Because both are at same temperature and we are providing same amount of heat energy. So both beakers will have same amount of temperature. So what will be the temperature of mixture? Temperature of mixture will be same. Understood everyone? Now here what I will do? Now same second case, same beaker, equal volume. In beaker 1 I will be taking 200 ml of water. In beaker 2 also I will be taking 200 ml of water. Here what I will do? Here in first beaker I will be heating the beaker up to 90 degrees Celsius. Okay. And second beaker I will heat the beaker such that it can attain the temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. So first beaker I am heating such that this beaker attains the temperature of 90 degrees Celsius. Second beaker I am providing the heat energy such that it can attain the temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. So in before case the temperature was same. In this case the temperature is different. Though the amount of water, masses of water is same, the temperature is different. Now what I will do, same thing here. I will pour those 2 water with different temperature into the large beaker. Now what will be the temperature of mixture? What will be the temperature of mixture? Temperature of mixture, if you observe here, it will have different temperature. What we will do, simply we will take the average. So here what will be the average T1 plus T2 by 2. So here what is that? 90 plus 60 by 2. 90 plus 60 is what? 150 by 2. And 75 degrees Celsius. Understood? In the second case, what I have done? I have taken same masses. Masses are same, but the temperature is different. First temperature is 90 degrees Celsius. Second bigger temperature is 60 degrees Celsius. What will be the temperature of mixture? Temperature of mixture will be the average of both the temperature. Understood? Now, in the third case, what I will do? Here, in the first beaker, I will take 100 ml of water. 100 ml of water. In the second beaker, I will take 200 ml of water. Now, I will heat the first beaker so that it can attain 90 degrees Celsius. And the second beaker, it can attain 60 degrees Celsius. Okay, so in first beaker I have taken 100 ml of water. In the second beaker I have taken 200 ml of water. First beaker I have heated such that it can attain the temperature of 90 degrees Celsius. Second beaker I have heated such that it can attain the temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. Now what I will be doing? I will be pouring both two waters into the large beaker. Now what will be the temperature of mixture? Now, what we have seen here in this case, third case, masses are different. One is 100 ml, other one is 200 ml. At the same time, temperature is also different. One is at 90 degrees Celsius, other one is 60 degrees Celsius. Now, what we have to do? What way we have to find the temperature of mixture? That's what our topic here, temperature of mixture. So here what I will do? I will take the masses. Mass of two objects as M1 and M2. Okay, let the mass of two substances as M1 and M2. Okay, and the temperature of hotter object. As I said, one is at 90 degrees Celsius, other one is 60 degrees Celsius. Means what? One is a hotter body, other one is a colder body. Now here what I will do? Temperature of hotter object I will take it as T1. Okay, and the temperature of colder object I will take it as T2. Okay, so mass is M1 and M2, temperature of hotter object is T1, temperature of colder object is T2, and temperature of mixture I will take it as T. Temperature of mixture is T. Okay, so temperature of hotter object is T1, temperature of colder object is T2, temperature of mixture will be T. Now what we can write? We can write this one, temperature of T1 will be greater than T2. Understood? So T1 temperature, T2 temperature objects are there. We are mixing those two temperatures in a large beaker, and it will become a temperature of mixture. So temperature of mixture is what? Nothing but if you take the before case, second case, it will be the average. Same time here what we can observe, temperature of mixture will be greater than the second colder object, but it will be lesser than the hotter object because it's an average. Understanding? So temperature of mixture will be greater than the colder object, but it will be lesser than the hotter object. So that is what we got the relationship. T1 is greater than T2. Now what means the value for T? When different mass and different temperatures are given. Now, what is the formula for heat? We already seen that heat formula is what? Q is equals to ms delta T. Right? Q is equals to ms delta T. ms delta T. Let's the temperature of hotter object, I will take it as heat energy required to heat the hotter object as Q1. Q1 is equals to mass is what? I have taken the hotter object mass as M1. Yes, this is nothing but specific heat of both are water. We are taking both as water. So the specific heat of water I will take it as yes. The delta T means what? Change in temperature. Change in temperature is nothing but higher temperature minus lower temperature. Here what is higher temperature? Here T1 is the higher temperature. What is that lower temperature? Temperature of mixture. We are mixing those water. So here what I will write? T1 minus T. Understood? We are mixing those waters into the large beaker. So temperature, higher temperature is what? T1. Lower temperature is what? Temperature of mixture is T. So what is the equation we have got? Q1 is equals to M1. Yes, T1 minus T. This is for hotter object. Next one is for colder object. Q2. Q2 is what? What we have taken mass of colder object as M2. M2 specific heat of water. Change in temperature T minus T2. As I said, The relationship T1 is greater than T greater than T2. So here when you compare these two, temperature of mixture will be greater than the temperature of colder object. Higher temperature minus lower temperature. In the first case, if you observe this part, temperature of hot object is greater than temperature of mixture. That is the reason I have written T1 minus T. Second case, why I have wrote T minus T2 here? When you compare temperature of mixture with temperature of colder object, temperature of mixture is greater than the temperature of colder object. That is the reason I have written T minus T2. As we already seen, heat energy flows from what? Hotter object to colder object. What is meant by thermal equilibrium? Until both attain the same degree of heat energy of coldness. So what I can write? Q1 is equals to Q2. What does it tell us about? Amount of heat energy lost by the hot object is equals to amount of heat energy gained by the cold object. Q1 is equals to Q2. Understood? Here we are mixing the water. Water from the heat energy from the hotter object will be traveled into the colder object until both attain the same degree of hotness. That's what we have written. Temperature heat lost by the hot object is equals to heat gained by the colder object. So what is the Q1 value? Q1 is nothing but M1 yes T1 minus T is equals to what is that? M2S T minus T2. Okay. So here I cancel S and S. What is left behind? M1T1 minus M1 into T is equals to M2T minus M2 into T2. Okay. Now I will bring all the M1T, all the T values to one side, other values to the other side. So what I will write? You bring that value to one side. M1T plus M2T is equals to M1T1 plus M2T2. Understood? I have got this minus M1T1 to the left side, right side. Here we have got what? M1T plus M2T. Now what I have done? I have got this minus M2T2 to the left side. What do you get? M1T1 plus M2T2. Now what I will do? I will take T common here. T into M1 plus M2 is equals to M1T1 plus M2T2. Therefore, T is equals to M1T1 plus M2T2 by M1 plus M2. This is called as temperature of mixture. Temperature of mixture. Understood how we got temperature of mixture? Here what I have done? I have taken two masses of different temperature, different masses of different temperature. M1, M2. Hotter object temperature I have taken it as T1. Colder object temperature I have taken it as T2. And temperature of mixture I have taken as T. But we know that temperature of hotter object will be lesser than the temperature of mixture, because temperature of mixture is nothing but the average of hotter object and the colder object. So T1 will be greater than T greater than T2. Now what I have taken? I have taken the first case. If you observe this case, what is the amount of heat lost by the hotter object? Q is equals to what is the formula? Q is equals to Ms delta T. Therefore, Q1 is equals to M1 is the mass of the hotter object, S is the specific heat of water, change in temperature, higher temperature minus lower temperature, equation number 1. Second case, now this one. So what I will get? Heat lost by, heat gained by the colder object. Q2 is equals to M2S, change in temperature. Here change in temperature also here, temperature of mixture is greater than the temperature of colder object. So T minus T2. T minus T2. So here how you wrote this one? This relationship you already know that heat lost by the hotter object will be equal to heat gained by the colder object. When you substitute those values, what will be getting? After simplification, we will be getting the temperature of mixture. This T is nothing but temperature of mixture. T is equals to M1 T1 plus M2 T2 by M1 plus M2. Understood? Temperature of mixture. Next one is principle of method of mixture. What is principle of method of mixture? We already know thermal equilibrium definition. Same definition we will be using here. When two objects of different temperature, are brought in thermal contact, heat lost by the hotter object is equal to the heat gained by the colder object until both objects attain thermal equilibrium. This is called as principle of method of mixture. Understood? When two objects of different temperature are brought in contact, thermal contact, then heat lost by hotter object will be equal to heat gained by the colder object until it attains thermal equilibrium condition. This is called as principle of method of mixture. When two objects, that is a higher temperature, it is a lower temperature. When two objects are brought in thermal contact, heat lost by the hotter object is equal to heat gained by the colder object until both attains the thermal equilibrium condition. This is called as principle of method of mixture. So simply we can write what? Net heat lost by hotter object is equal to net heat gained by colder object. This is the principle of method of mixture. Net heat lost by the hotter object is equals to net heat gained by the colder object. Understood? Principle of method of mixture. When two objects are brought in thermal contact, heat energy, what is that? Amount of heat lost by the hotter object is equals to amount of heat gained by the colder object until both the objects attain this thermal equilibrium condition. Net heat lost by the hotter object is equals to net heat gained by the colder object. Is called as principle of method of mixture. Next one is specific heat of solid, lead shot. Specific heat of solid. How to find the specific heat of solid? To find the specific heat of solid, we require certain material. What are the materials we require here? We require calorimeter. Then what? Lead shot, thermometer. Okay, these are the important materials we require. Steam heater. Okay, these are the basic things we require to find the specific heat of solid or lead shot. Calorimeter, lead shot. Lead shot is another piece of lead. Okay, thermometer and steam heater. The first thing, what is meant by calorimeter? Calorimeter is nothing but it's an instrument where it will be used for what? Measuring the amount of heat developed during a reaction. Okay, it may be a physical reaction or it may be a chemical reaction. That instrument will tell out how much amount of heat has been developed in that reaction. Or simply we can say that calorimeter is an instrument which uses it for what? To find the specific heat of a substance. Okay, usually to find the specific heat of substance we will be using calorimeter. Or we can say that calorimeter is an instrument where we will be using for what? Measuring the amount of heat developed during a reaction. It may be a physical reaction or it may be a chemical reaction. Okay. So here what are the specification of calorimeter? Calorimeter is nothing but we will be taking one cylindrical copper vessel. Into the cylindrical copper vessel we will place one stirrer to stir the liquid mixture. Okay. Now this cylindrical copper vessel is enclosed by a wooden box. Okay, it is enclosed by a wooden box, and the gap between the copper vessel and wooden box is filled with thermal insulating material. What is the thermal insulating material? It will not allow the heat to pass out. Okay. What are the things we usually use for thermal insulating material? We will be using, what is that? Sawdust. Okay. Sawdust or rubber we can use as a thermal insulating material. Okay. So here this is our basic model of calorimeter. Now what we will be doing here? We will take one calorimeter. We will take one calorimeter and we will measure the mass of the calorimeter. Let the mass of calorimeter be m1. Okay. We'll be taking one calorimeter. We'll be measure the weight of the calorimeter. Let the mass of the calorimeter be m1. Okay. Now what we will do? We will fill the calorimeter, 1/3 of the calorimeter with water. Okay. We'll be filling. We will be filling 1/3 of the calorimeter with water. Again we will be measuring the mass of the calorimeter with water. Let the mass of calorimeter with water be m2. Okay, m2. Now what will be the mass of water? Mass of calorimeter is m1. Mass of calorimeter with water is m2. What will be the mass of water? m2 minus m1. m2 minus m1. Next. What is next? Temperature of calorimeter. This will be what? It at T1. We are not doing anything here. So temperature of calorimeter nothing but will be what? Will be the room temperature. So I will take what? I will take it as T1. Temperature of calorimeter or temperature of water in the calorimeter will be same. So it will be T1. Up here understood? We have taken one calorimeter. I have measured the mass of the calorimeter as m1. Now what I have done? I have added 1/3 of the calorimeter with water. Again I have measured the weight, mass of the calorimeter with water as m2. Next, what will be the mass of water then? Mass of the water is nothing but total mass minus mass of the calorimeter, m2 minus m1. What will be I will take the temperature of the calorimeter as T1. Up here understood? Okay. I will write it. Now what we will do? We will take one steam heater. Look something like this. Now what we will do? What we will do? We will take few lead shots into the steam heater. Now we will heat the steam heater such that the temperature of the we will heat the steam heater up to 100 degrees Celsius. Up to 100 degrees Celsius we will heat the steam heater. Now what we will do? We will measure the temperature of the lead shot by using a thermometer. We will measure the temperature of that. Let the temperature of lead shot be T2. Okay. We have measured the temperature of lead shot be T2. Okay. Now what we will do? We will quickly place these lead shots into the calorimeter. Understood what I have done? What I have heated the steam heater as I said, it can attain the temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. Now what I have done? I have measured the temperature of lead shots. I think that we have got the temperature of lead shots as T2. Now what I have done? I have quickly replaced the lead shots into the calorimeter. Okay. Now I have again measured the mass of the calorimeter. Mass of the calorimeter with water plus lead shot. I have added the lead shot. Already it contains water. Into that I have added the lead shot. What will be the complete mass? I will take it as M3. M3. Now what will be the mass of lead shot? Total it is M3. Mass of calorimeter with water is what? M2. So what is it? Mass of lead shot will be what? M3 minus M2. Understood? Mass of calorimeter is M1. Mass of calorimeter with water is M2. And into that we have added what? Lead shot. So total it is what? M3. So what will be the mass of lead? Mass of lead shot will be M3 minus mass of calorimeter with water M2. M3 minus M2. Okay. Now as we are when we add this lead shot into the calorimeter, its temperature changes. We are mixing it. Let the temperature of mixture be T3. Okay. T1 is the temperature of the calorimeter. T2 is the temperature of lead shot. T3 will be the temperature of mixture. Here which will have more temperature? Order of this is lead shot. So here what we can write the relationship here. T2 is greater than T3 greater than T1. T2 is the hotter object, lead shot. T1 is the colder object, calorimeter. T3 is the temperature of mixture. So here T2 is greater than T3 greater than T1. So here what we can write, heat lost by the lead shot. We are adding this lead shot into the calorimeter. So heat lost by the lead shot will be equal to the heat gained by the calorimeter plus heat gained by the water. That is the relationship we are getting here. So what we have got? Heat lost by lead shot is equal to heat gained by, what is that? Heat gained by calorimeter plus heat gained by water. Okay. What is the heat lost by the lead shot? What is the formula for heat? Q is equals to ms delta T. Q is equals to ms delta T. Heat lost by the lead shot. What is that? What is the mass of the lead shot we have taken? Alright, here mass of calorimeter is m1. Mass of calorimeter with water is m2. Mass of water is what? m2 minus m1. Okay. Mass of calorimeter with water plus lead shot is what? m3. Okay. Then what is the mass of lead? Mass of lead will be what? m3 minus m2. Okay. So here what will be the mass of the lead shot? It will be m3 minus m2. Next, specific heat. Specific heat of lead shot we have not defined here. I will take it as what? SL. Specific heat of lead. That's what we have to find. Specific heat of lead shot into change in temperature. Change in temperature is what? Higher temperature minus lower temperature. What we are seeing here? T1 will be greater than T2 greater than T3 greater than T2. Temperature of the lead shot. Sorry here. Temperature of the lead shot will be greater than temperature of mixture, which is greater than the temperature of water or calorimeter or colder object. So here change in temperature. What is the higher temperature here? T2 minus T3. T2 minus T3 is equals to heat gained by the calorimeter. What is the mass of calorimeter? Mass of calorimeter is m1. Okay. What is the specific heat of calorimeter? We don't know. We will take as SC. What is the change in temperature? Change in higher temperature minus lower temperature. What is the higher temperature here? What is the higher temperature? It is what? Heat gained by the calorimeter. It is what? T3 minus T1. T3 minus T1. Temperature of mixture. When you compare with the temperature of mixture with the calorimeter, temperature of mixture will be greater than the temperature of temperature of mixture will be greater than the temperature of calorimeter. Plus heat gained by the water. What is the mass of water? Mass of water m2 minus m1 into specific heat of water. I will take it as SW into what is the change in temperature? Same temperature T3 minus T1. Understood this step? So again I will say it. Heat lost by the lead shot. Here what is the relationship we have got? Heat temperature lead shot is higher object, hotter object. T2. T3 is what? Temperature of mixture. And T1 is what? Temperature of calorimeter, nothing but colder object. So heat lost by the lead shot. What is the mass of lead shot? M3 minus M2. M3 minus M2, specific heat of lead shot into change in higher temperature minus lower temperature. Here we are comparing with the temperature of mixture. Okay. Here hotter object we will be comparing with the temperature of mixture, and the calorimeter and water will be comparing with the temperature of mixture. So here higher temperature will be temperature of lead shot, lower temperature will be temperature of mixture is equal to heat gained by the calorimeter. Mass of the calorimeter what we have taken? M1. Specific heat of calorimeter I will take it as SC. Change in temperature. What is higher temperature here? As I said, we are comparing with the temperature of mixture. When we compare with the temperature of mixture will be greater with comparing with the temperature of calorimeter. So T3 minus T1 plus M2 minus M1 is what? Temperature of water. What is the temperature of water? Mass of water we have got. Mass of water is M2 minus M1 into specific heat of water. Change in temperature. Temperature of mixture minus temperature of calorimeter or water. T3 minus T1. What I will do? I will bring this M2 minus M3 minus M2 and T2 minus T2 to the right side. Become what? Division. what we will get, specific heat of lead shot is equal to, we can take T3 minus 1, T3 minus 1 as common. So M1 SC plus M2 minus M1 into SW whole T3 minus T1 by M3 minus M2 into T2 minus T3. This is the specific heat of solid or specific heat of lead shot. Understood everyone? So what we have done? Here I have taken one calorimeter. Calorimeter, what is the use of calorimeter? Calorimeter is an instrument which is used for what? To find the specific heat of solid. Okay. So here I have taken one calorimeter, lead shot, thermometer and steam meter. First what I have done, I have taken one calorimeter and I have measured the mass of the substance. I have taken the mass of substance as M1. After that what I have done, I have added 1/3 of the calorimeter volume with water. Again I have measured the mass. So calorimeter mass of calorimeter with water is M2. What will be the mass of water? Total mass minus calorimeter mass, M2 minus M1. Again now what I have done, I have taken one steam heater. I have added few amount of lead shots into it and I have heated the steam heater such that we can attain the temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. Now after that what we will do, we will measure the temperature of lead shot. We quickly replace that, transport that lead shot into the calorimeter. So we are mixing it. So here what we will take temperature of mixture as T3, temperature of lead shot as T2 and temperature of calorimeter as T1. Okay, when we mix it, total mass will be getting what? M3 we will take. What will be the mass of calorimeter, mass of lead shot? Total mass minus mass of calorimeter plus water, M2, M3 minus M2. So here we already know that heat lost by the hotter object, lead shot, is equal to heat gained by the calorimeter plus heat gained by the water. What is the formula for heat? Q is equal to ms delta T. What is the mass of lead shot? Mass of lead shot we are taking as M3 minus M2. Specific heat of lead shot, SL I will take. Change in temperature. Higher temperature is what? Lead shot, T2. Lower temperature is what? Temperature of mixture, T3. T2 minus T3 is equal to heat gained by the calorimeter. Mass of calorimeter I have taken as M1, specific heat of calorimeter as SC, and change in temperature. As I already told, we are comparing with the temperature of mixture. So T3 with temperature of calorimeter. Here T1 tells us about what? Both temperature of calorimeter and water. Both temperature is same. So T3 minus T1 plus what is heat gained by the water? What is the mass of water? M2 minus M1. M2 minus M1 is specific heat of water into T3 minus T1. Okay, so here what is the formula we have got for specific heat of solid or lead shot? SL is equals to M1 SC plus M2 minus M1 into SW whole T3 minus T1 by M3 minus M2 into T2 minus T3. This is the specific heat of solid. So today I will stop here. Remaining topics I will finish in the next class. So here, whoever has missed the previous classes, I have already uploaded those videos in my channel. As you already know that MSS Study Cloud, in that you can observe the previous classes videos. Okay, go through those videos. Thank you.